What's up, my beauty babes? I hope you guys are excited to be seeing me here again. I'm going to be bringing you guys this bomb full glam makeup look, you guys. I am so happy with how this look turned out. I hope you guys enjoy it just as much as I did because, honey, it is everything. So let's go ahead and hop right into the video. The first thing I did was take a smaller brush to pack on that medium brown tone in the lower and upper parts of my crease. I want it to be high enough to where when I open my eyes, you can still see that color because I do have hooded eyes. So once I pack that on to get the color payoff that I desired, I am going to go in with a fluffier brush and I'm just going to start blending on that more burnt brick red that's in the palette. It's kind of like a burgundy tone, and I'm just going to blur that out around the edges of this brown. If you're a person who has trouble with blending and getting like a seamless blend, just do this technique that I'm doing here, which is going back in with the original brush in the original shade of brown to further blend those two colors together. Now I'm going to go in with a third color, which is kind of like a black. You would think it's black, but it's really not. It's just a really deep brown. And that's because I really wanted this to be a very bold look. I didn't want anything about it to be subtle. So I made sure to go in with a deep enough brown. Now I'm going to be going in with the Inglot AMC liner just to kind of pack on my lid where I know I'm going to be adding some shimmer. You guys, whenever I know that I'm going to be doing a shimmery type of look, I always carve out my lid space with this AMC liner because it automatically makes your shimmers pop. The shimmer that I'm going to be using today is actually a GRWM pigment, and it is in the tone Lemonade. I'm just going to be using a flat brush to pack that pigment right on top of that Inglot liner. There's no need to add any glitter glue or adhesive or anything like that because this liner is pretty tacky and the glitter will automatically grab onto it. To make this look a little bit less harsh of a circle or cutout spot, I am going to go in with that deepest brown, and also right next to that I'm going to go in with a little bit of that lighter brown as well, just to make it less like a cut crease. Now I just wanted to show you all the moisturizer that I use because it is everything, okay, for dry skin. And I also went in with a little bit of calamine lotion, pretty much just on my T-zone. Y'all got to excuse me. I'm a little bit, you know what I'm saying, a little bit touched, but that's okay. Now I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation. I just do a little drop like I was trying to show y'all here, but of course, stuff got to happen. But I do go in and mix a little bit of the Maybelline Superstay. No specific reason. I just always like mixing my foundations. It's been a habit of mine. And I'm just going to kind of paint this on my face as I go. Paint a little bit, blend it out, paint a little bit, blend it out using my Instapot brush. This brush is so good, you guys. Make sure y'all pick this brush up because I promise you, it's so good. Because y'all can't tell me this foundation is not looking like my skin, honey. Like, you just cannot tell me. This foundation is so everything, you guys. I only used a pea-sized amount of the Superstay just to kind of alter the color of it. But this is pretty much all Anastasia, okay? Like, this foundation is bomb. If you have not tried it yet, you might want to go ahead and try it, okay, sis? Per usual, my sister is in my room harassing me. Y'all gotta forgive the facial expressions, okay? But I did want to leave this part in because I wanted to show that I definitely do blend my foundation into my hairline. It will save you from looking crazy. Yes, I do. No more take. No, I want that one. Give me my bag. Because while my sister acting like she don't know fat girls don't play about their snacks, like, don't do that. I'm going to go in using a Japanese brush, y'all. Japanese has the best brushes, y'all can find them at TJ Maxx for the low. Remember I told you. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend out my cream contour. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation stick in the color Ebony to snatch my face. Okay. Give this video if so far you've learned at least one thing from this video. Y'all, honestly, I'm so excited to be back on YouTube. I think I have mastered this editing stuff. And so now it ain't nothing to it but to do it, nothing to it. So y'all just stay tuned because we finna be in there. Okay? Y'all, I promise I'm gonna grow up one day. But for now, I'm gonna continue to be playful and goofy because that's what I like to do. Right here, you'll see that I have added concealer to the areas that I want highlighted. Underneath my eyes, I did add a concealer that is a little bit lighter right underneath my eyes for some extra brightness, okay? The tones I use, I believe, is 47S, which is the darker one, and then 37G is the lighter one that I added right underneath my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and use a Real Techniques, this is the setting brush, to start blending that out. For the smaller areas, it's like normal, I just blend it out. But when it comes to my under eyes, I do like to start blending out the outer edges first, like that darker color first. And then I go in and start blending out the lighter color because I do want it to stay focused directly under my eyes and not so much on that outer area. I also will show you guys that I do have to kind of blend my under eyes while looking up into a mirror because my under eyes crease really badly. So if you have that issue, make sure you guys pay close attention to this part because you'll see me raise my one hand up with the mirror in it to really get in there and blend out those creases. And then, yeah. Y'all, I struggled so hard to record this without putting my hand or the mirror in front of the camera because I'm just not used to recording, but I figured it out. So this is exactly what I was talking about. I kind of do the ugly face, y'all. I have to do the ugly face, but that's the only way I can really stretch out my face or my eyes so that way I can really get in there and blend properly underneath my eyes because the creasing be ridiculous. Okay, the creasing be really ridiculous underneath my eyes, and so I have to do this, and I'm just going to be blending that out really good, and then we're going to go in with this magical setting powder, but we'll talk about that later. Let me give y'all a little bit of free band game, okay? Whatever you use to apply your foundation, take that utensil and go around the edges of your concealer. It will blend and blur out every harsh line there is inside, okay? Right after blending and smoothing out any harsh lines that's on my face, I'm going to go back in with that setting brush just to further blend underneath my eyes to make sure we don't have any creasing just before we go in and set underneath our eyes. Then I'm going to take a beauty blender. In this case, it's not really damp, but I'm going to stamp it in my powder, which is the AC Cosmetics powder. It's by Luscious by Lynn. Y'all, look at this. Just look at it. Where's the powder, you guys? Like, where is it? It literally melts, y'all. It melts into your skin. It creates the most flawless finish there is. Check the link in the bio to get your powder, okay? Blend out them harsh lines underneath there, them creases, okay? And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to stamp the beauty blender in the powder, blow off any excess, And then we're just going to press that into your under eye. So the first layer of powder will be very thin. You'll press it into the skin, and then you'll see me dip back into the powder. This time, without really blowing too much off, we're just gonna sit it on top of the skin. Not pressing, we're going to sit it on top of the skin, and this is gonna be our way of baking. And we're only gonna let that sit for a few minutes because we don't wanna dry our skin out. We also want to make sure that we are putting powder in any areas that we place that concealer as well, because anywhere that you put a cream or a wet product, you must set it with the powder. I'm also going to be adding that powder to the very beginning of our brows. This is going to help us get that more gradient brow looking effect. And we're also going to add that to the center line of our nose to help assist with the contour. Right here, I was just showing you all the packaging of the setting powder that I used. And now I'm going to be taking a fluffy brush with a little bit of the MAC mineralized pressed powder. And I'm just going to go over all the areas of my face, sweeping away the majority of that setting powder. I'm only going to be leaving directly underneath my eyes because, again, I am a heavy creaser there. So I'm just going to leave that to sit just a little bit longer. And shortly after this, I'll be taking my Ben Nye contouring palette, and I'm just going to be slightly powder contouring my cheekbones and my forehead. I'm also going to go in soon with a smaller brush to go down the sides of my nose to kind of contour my nose a bit, make it look a little bit slimmer. As you guys can see here, this contour palette is very lightweight. It just adds a little bit more pop to your contour without making it look muddy at all. However, it is buildable, so you can definitely build up to a stronger contour if that's what you desire. So like I said before, I did just want to kind of slim my nose up just a little bit. So I did go in with a smaller brush down these sides of my nose. Now I'm going to go back in with that fluffy brush to dust away any powder that was left over on my face, in between my brows, on my forehead. Any of that powder that was left over, I'm just going to lightly sweep it away. Just look at this finish, y'all. Most setting powders, if you leave it on too long, it will leave you looking so casty and just white. This powder is so finely milled, y'all. This is an upcoming black-owned business. Y'all make sure y'all click that link so y'all can support, because the girl did her damn thing, okay? Now I'm just going to take my foundation brush and just lightly press any of that powder that was sitting over into my skin. And here you can see me adding some blush to those cheeks, honey. Make those cheeks pop, baby girl. This is the Juvia's Place blush palette. I believe it is the Volume 1 palette. And I'm using the pink and orange tone. I'm going to make sure I add a little bit on the tip of my nose as well. It just makes your nose look really cute and buttony. Anytime I have too much of something on my face, I go in with my foundation brush. That's why you'll continuously see me going in with my foundation brush to kind of pat over anything that I deem too harsh. I'm just going to go in now underneath my eyes with the 2 brown tones that I added on the top of my eyes. And I'm just kind of going to smoke that out. It's the ugly face again, y'all. Like, why do I have to look like that? Oh my gosh. So right here, you guys, I'm just going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dewy Setting Spray to kind of mist my face a little bit. It's going to help me look even more like skin, honey. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of highlighter on the tip of my nose. And I'm also going to add a little bit down the bridge. As you can see, like I said before, I do go in with my foundation brush to kind of calm anything that did too much, that overplayed their role, to calm them down. So now my nose looks even more solidified. I'm also going to be going in my inner corner with a little bit of, I guess you can say highlight, but it's actually another pigment. This is the white gold pigment by GRWM. And I'm just going to pop that bad boy right in my inner corners, the tear ducts. Now I'm going to be going in with my lip liner. This is Chestnut Honey. This is MAC Cosmetics Chestnut Lip Liner. It is the perfect brown for our melanin popping queens. It's really chocolatey, you guys, and it's so smooth. So I'm just going to go ahead and outline my lip, and I'm just going to make sure I do the outer corners of my lips so that way I can get that kind of ombre effect. Fun fact that's not really a fun fact: I have the hardest time with lining my clients' lips. I do not know why, but that is the most difficult part about doing someone else's makeup for me. Outlining their lips and doing the freaking waterline. This lip color I'm adding in the center of my lips is actually a liquid lipstick by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it is called Naked. It is a really pretty nude color that I always apply whenever I want to go for a more ombre effect. I had prepped my eyelashes right before starting on my lips, so I did need to go ahead and pop them bad boys on before that glue dried. But these eyelashes and the lip gloss that I'm going to be adding on in just a second came from an upcoming Black-owned business called thru. I'm actually doing business with them. Well, I won't say business, but I'm actually a part of their team. And this color right here is called Mocha. Mocha is the bomb. Okay, honey, so this is what the packaging looks like. It's really cute. The owner definitely does treat her brand and business like her baby. She really does pour into her business. So if you guys could please click the link, because I will leave that in the description box as well. Click the link and make sure y'all go purchase something. It is definitely luxury items. She does carry cosmetics as well as self-care, like body scrubs and body polishes, body butters, and everything is so bomb, you guys. So make sure you go shop thru and make sure you use my discount code KINAH10. Again, it will be left in the description box so you can get some money off. So I had to go ahead and change my outfit because this is the final product. I'm so thankful for whoever made it to the end of this video. I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you leave me a nice little comment. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, okay? See you in my next video. Hey, love y'all.